CrackBerry.com.
Hey everybody, this is Simon Sage from CrackBerry. We're at BlackBerry Live 2013 talking with the fine folks from Mippin. We got Nick and David here. How's it going, guys?
Yeah, it's going great. Really good. Great show.
You having a good show? Lots of sessions? What are you up to?
Lots of meetings this week, actually. Just trying to catch up with some of the BlackBerry execs, talk about some of the successes that we've had so far with the app generator.
Okay.
So that's been going great for us.
Okay, so for the folks that haven't heard of Mippin, can you walk us through what the app generator is?
Yeah, sure. So actually, we launched the BlackBerry app generator, BlackBerryAppGenerator.com. Exactly a year ago. We launched it on stage at the keynote last year. And the idea of the app generator is it's a really simple to use website that enables any content owner to build an app for all BlackBerry platforms, including BlackBerry 10, in about 10 minutes.
10 minutes, you say?
It's a really, really simple process.
All right, so what kind of stuff as like a completely new to programming can I actually change around in the app? Like, can I throw in my own logos? Like, how complicated is it?
Yeah, it's pretty simple. So you basically just upload your content, you point our server, you point the BlackBerry app generator to where your content resides. It could be an RSS feed, it could be a blog, it could be a Facebook fan page, it could be a YouTube channel, any kind of content that you have as the content owner. And then you can upload your logos and your icons, and you can make the app feel exactly yours. And some major brands have been using it now, which is great. We're starting to see brands like Vogue and GQ and Marie Claire in LATAM, as well as OK Magazine, The Independent and Evening Standard in the UK. So we're starting to get some really big titles, recognizing that you don't need to build the world's most complicated app.
Sure.
You can actually use the app generator to get a fantastic, fully native Cascades app without a huge investment cost.
And an important bit here is like these brands, we normally target publishing. So these are all apps for the publishing industry. And these guys are good at writing content. They don't necessarily have development teams in-house, neither do they have these massive budgets to potentially like hand-build apps for iOS, Android, and BlackBerry. So we just give them that immediate step to get their content into app world.
Exactly. In terms of success, so 1 year on from when we launched it, we're now at 20,000 apps. 20,000 BlackBerry 10 apps available in BlackBerry World today that have been built on the app generator.
And then these apps have been built in over 40 different languages, so it gets really well adopted in the local markets as well. So we are really pleased with the success, and BlackBerry obviously is thrilled as well to have such a growing ecosystem.
For sure. So what's the next step for you guys?
Well, the first thing that we're doing is improving the current apps that we have. So we're constantly working with BlackBerry and with some of our premium content partners to work out how we can improve the app experience from the app generator. So we just want to quickly show you how the current app generator apps work on both the Z10 and the Q10. So if we can just maybe show a couple of apps.
We need to get you guys hooked up to HDMI here?
No, I think we can just do it over the shoulder. Over the shoulder.
Sure.
The over the shoulder route's fine.
All right.
So here's one of the titles, is Vogue and LATAM that have just built their app on the app generator. And you can see on the Z10 with full screen, you get all this beautiful content. On the Q10.
So on the Q10, obviously we have less screen real estate, so we decided to let the header swipe away, so that the content gets popped out and the branding actually disappears in that case. The good thing on this device, we also now have the shortcuts. So using the space bar, you can just like scroll one screen at a time, or if you want to go back to the list, just press the T button. So that's obviously important for people because other apps are going to have that feel as well. So we have to make sure that this new navigation metaphor is reflected on the Q10 and Q5 devices.
And another thing we've just added is the capability to have multiple images in the article. So this, for example, this article has 3 images, so it launches a nice gallery shot where you can swipe through the different images. And so that's kind of something that our publishers have been asking for, the ability to go through those different images.
Very cool. All right, so I mean, we were talking earlier before we started rolling here about you guys looking at enterprise. So what's your initiative there?
Yeah, so the app generator as it stands, as we've mentioned, is really targeted to the publishing community. What we're looking at now is how we can use some of the back-end smarts, the back-end app creation engine, but apply it to different sectors. So the first sector we're looking at is the small business sector. So if you're a small business today, the whole idea of getting a mobile app, let alone a cross-platform mobile app, is pretty daunting. The cost and complexity barriers are way too high.
Sure.
So we're looking at putting an app generator kind of concept together for SMBs. So the back-end server side that builds the apps is kind of fundamentally the same, but the front-end layer would be the bit that allows you to put your data in. You know,
right.
Small businesses don't have online content; they have phone numbers and maps and price lists.
Right.
So enabling the small business to build an app with their content, which is pretty cool. So we're doing that, and that's something that we're working on now. And we're also talking to BlackBerry about the idea of doing an enterprise edition of the app generator too. So, and allowing enterprise customers to build apps for their workforce, potentially cross-platform, fully managed from the BES. So these apps can be fully secure, fully managed from the BES, and deployed to devices, including BlackBerries and BYOD devices.
Nice.
And then the concept here is obviously it's all intranet content. So it's like content which is secure and only meant to be seen by these specific employees.
Sure, sure. So like what kind of applications would we see in that sphere? I mean, would it be contactless? Would it be CRM stuff? Like what's...
Yeah, it could be any of that. I mean, the kind of stuff that we were talking about, we were doing some case studies yesterday with some of the BlackBerry guys. We talked about if you're like a large pharmaceuticals company and you've got a whole team of clinical research guys out in the field,
Sure.
they could have an apps on their device which has got all the latest information about the clinical drugs trials that you're performing as part of what you're doing.
Right,
and they've got it on their device. It's kept up to date automatically. It's the stuff that they can have. And when they're doing consultations with physicians and surgeons and patient groups, they have the latest data, the latest information of the drugs trials there in the palm of their hand on the device.
Right on. Okay, so how are you guys approaching this whole problem? Are you talking to partners at the show here? Are you looking at testing the waters to see who's interested in deploying these kinds of solutions, or what?
Yeah, so at the minute we're speaking to BlackBerry about the idea of potentially building this as part of a BES 10 capability.
Okay.
So BES 10 at the moment is a fantastic solution for managing apps
Sure.
and for managing devices. We're looking at basically enabling a new part of the value chain for BES 10 to enable them not just to manage apps, actually enabling customers to
Create
build
the
apps.
apps and then deploy them securely very fast. And then pretty much you have this constant link between your field force and the data your company produces and relies on these people to have access to.
So lots going on.
Yeah.
20,000 apps in a year, and now we're looking at what's the next 20,000, where's that going to come from?
Oh, very nice. All right, thanks a lot, Nick and David. Thanks for coming on.
Pleasure. Good to see you.
All right, guys. So this is Mippin at CrackBerry Live. Stay tuned. We got lots more interviews coming up.
Thank you.